Hello guys, today we're doing LeetCode question 198, house robber. Question is, you are a professional robber planning to rob houses along a street. Each house has a certain amount of money stashed. The only constraint stopping you from robbing each of them is that adjacent houses have security systems connecting, and it would automatically contact the police if two adjacent houses were broken into on the same night. Given an array nums representing the amount of money of each house, return the maximum amount of money you can rob tonight without alerting the police. So adjacent means pretty much you can't rob houses beside each other. Now example 1, the input is nums array of 1, 2, 3 and 1. So the output is 4. The explanation is rob house 1 with 1 money, rob house 3 with money 3, which is 4. Otherwise if you was to rob house 2 and 1, it will be 3, which is less, or 1 and 1 would be 2, which is less. So the 1 and 3 is the most amount, which is 4. The same as example 2, nums is 2, 7, 9, 3, 1. The output is 12. You rob house 1 with money 2, rob house 3, money 9, rob house 5, money 1. So you can see here that it takes 1, skips 1, takes 1, skips 1, takes 1. But you don't have to do that. You can take 1, skip 2, 3, or whatever, and take another 1. But you won't need to skip 3 because you know you can take 1 in the middle. So the most amount you have to skip is take 2, skip 2, you take 1. So this is going to be a part of our solution, which I'll show you now. So we have a nums array. The first thing we do is we create an array which represents nums.length. So, and we fill it with 0. So it'll be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Then what we do is we loop through the array and we pretty much set the value of the array as either, let's say we're at 1, we set either as, if there is no numbers before it, then we set it as the value itself. So we set it as 1. Otherwise, we set it as the current value plus the biggest between that the 2 values before or 3 values before. We can't set it to the biggest 1 value before because that's adjacent, so the police will be called. So let me show you now. So the first thing we do is we loop through the first value, which is 1. We check, does value of 1 have values before it, 2, minus 2 or minus 3? No, it doesn't. So we just set the value as 1. We go to the next value, which is 3. We check, does 3 have a minus 2 value and a minus 3 value? No. So we set the value in the new array as 3. And the next value here, does the value have minus 2 or minus 3 value? It has a minus 2 value, so we set the value as the current value plus the minus 2 value, because that'll be the maximum amount of money we can take so far, which is 1. Sorry, not 1, 2. Plus 1 is 2. Then we go to our next value, which is 1. And we check, does our value have minus 2 or minus 3 value? It does. So we set it to our max between our current value plus minus 2 or our current value plus minus 3. And 1 plus 3 is biggest. So we set it as 1, the current value plus of I minus 2, which is 3 plus 1, 4. Then we go to our next value. And we check again. Is our current value, does it have a minus 2 and a minus 3? It does. So is 3 plus 1 bigger or 3 plus 3 is bigger? 3 plus 3 is bigger. So we add our value to our array to the numbers value minus 2, which is 3 plus 3, which is 6. And then we either return the biggest between the last value in the array or the second last value in the array, which would be 6. But let's say there's only one digit. Let's say the array, there's only one value in the nums array, which is, let's say, 1. So we don't have 1 in our array. In that case, we just return our last value before we check if our last value, if our array is of length 1, smaller than length 2. In that case, we return 1, otherwise we return 4 or 6. So let me show you how it's done in code. Okay, so the first thing we do is we create an array of length nums.length minus 1, and we fill it with zeros. It's going to be our array representing our current max count. Then we loop through our nums arrays for let I is equal to 0, with I smaller than nums.length. We increment. Now the first thing we do is we check if I is bigger than 2, then we know we have, so it's a minimum of 3. 0, 1, 2, 3, yep. Then we know we have a minus 2 and a minus 3 value. So we set our array position as the max between the current number plus our max of array minus 2, or the current number plus the max of array minus 3. Now then we check if our array, if I is smaller than 1, bigger than 1. So we've already checked it's bigger than 3. So 3 or bigger, then we know it will have to be a 2. So if I is equal to 2 pretty much, then we know we have only a minus 2 value but not a minus 3 value. Therefore, we set our array value to our current number plus the max of array minus 2. Finally, we know we only have one value or 2 values, so we can't take another value minus 2. So we just set the current value as the current number's value. Now, we check if our array length is equal to 1, then we know we don't have to compare anything, we just have to return that one. So return, you can either do array.length minus 1, or just array 0, which is the first value in the array. And length is 1, we don't need to return anything else. Otherwise, forgot to put return here, return. Otherwise, we don't know whether this or this one is going to be the biggest. So we just return the max between array length, so the last position, or array length second last position. Now let's run. Passes, let's submit. As you can see, this beats everyone. And the time complexity of this is O of n, as we're looking through the whole array. Worst case, or we are looking through the whole array. And the space complexity is also O of n, as we're storing the whole array. Thanks for watching.